there was no power for our sound system. That our lawyer negotiated with the parks about where we should set up our sound system, but they said that sound wasn't on the permit, and that for security reasons, everybody was the parks folks were pulled from the park. So they have nobody from the Parks Department to come down and to turn on the power. But do you think that that's going to keep us quiet? No! So the second thing is that I was met by the Federal Justice Department. They said, you know what, Cheri? You're going to have some serious problems over on Grove Street. And then you're going to have some more serious problems over by the Capitol. And then a dominant question that the media keeps asking me over and over again is, are you afraid? No! And I'm going to answer for myself today, all right? And the answer is no! I am not afraid. What I'm afraid of is if we continue to let our voices be cut off. What I'm afraid of is people continuing to die on the streets of Minnesota because they're homeless. This is what I'm afraid of. But you know what? It wasn't the anarchists 4 years ago or 8 years ago when we organized the largest Poor People's March. It was the police department that created it. Because you know what? There's a man. His name was Dr. Martin Luther King. And he said, you know, one of the most American things is the right to protest for rights. And I don't give a damn if you're an anarchist, if you're a Democrat, or if you're a Republican, or whatever your political ideas are. All I know is I'm going to march today with people that have a similar vision of a different kind of world for us to live in. And you see, we're a different kind of people to march with, you know. We're not professional demonstrators. We live and come from the hood. We come from the hood, and don't anybody dare try to take our march away from us. The Poor People's Economic Human Rights Campaign has spent the last year trying to prepare for this thing. We ain't got $1.95, and don't anybody get in the way of our message today. This is our time. It's our time to end hunger. It's our time to end homelessness. And it's our time to end unemployment. It's our time to stop the war in Iraq and bring that goddamn money home. belong to me and the Poor People's Economic Human Rights Campaign. And we're not easily diverted, you see. Just because we're poor doesn't mean that we have critical thinking skills. It means that we know that many of you that are out there that are dressed in similar gear to the anarchists aren't actually anarchists, but are actually members of the police department. And so, today, we hope that you will listen. That you will listen to these upcoming voices because they have something to say. And today, it is our day to take off the shades, to show the truth and the reality of what's happening to poor people in this country. And with that, I'd like to introduce our first speaker, my sister,